Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you The X-Files. I Want to Believe. Is this movie overrated? Now, I've been a bit on an X-Files kick here lately, and this is the second X-Files movie. The second X-Files movie, and it just seems like X-Files is everywhere here nowadays for some reason. But I have not actually seen the second X-Files movie since the first time I saw it. I've only seen it one time, and that was in theaters back in 2008. That was the only time I seen the movie, and so I decided to give the second movie a rewatch because the first. I'll be completely honest with you. When I first saw the movie in theaters, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was a very good movie. I was very, very disappointed in the movie, and I was like, "What the heck was that?" Right? And I knew the movie was going to be a standalone movie. I knew it was going to be a standalone movie outside of all the mythology of the X Files and the aliens and everything. It was just going to be a way to like bring Mulder and Scully back, and it was going to be a standalone story. But before the movie opened, me and my brother, we he got the box set, right? He got the whole box set of the X Files series and movie and all, and we binged the whole. We watched the whole series, season 1 through 9, the first movie, everything. We've been a big fan. We watched the show when it was on before the DVD releases. We were huge fans of the X Files. So we were really excited, and I think maybe my excitement might have got a little too much into me because like I said, I knew it was going to be a standalone movie, but I was thinking, what if they mention this? What if they bring this? Oh, I wonder if this person's going to show up. Oh, I wonder if that person's going to show up. Just an appearance. Sadly, alas, a lot of that I thought never came to pass. But I'm going to run down the story of the movie real quick, and I'll give you my thoughts on my second viewing of it because I broke out the Blu-ray and watched it. Here's the Blu-ray of the movie, which is actually a little harder to find now, by the way, because Disney owns Fox. So like the first movie and all the Blu-ray releases of the series and this are a little harder to find. They've gone out of print because Disney owns them and aren't really reprinting them. But anyways, the plot of X-Files, I Want to Believe, is an FBI agent has gone missing. She's gone missing, and Exhibit and Amanda Pete, two new FBI agents, are trying to locate her, and they're working with a disgraced Catholic priest played by Billy Connolly, who's a diddler. That's the best way to put it without getting in trouble with YouTube, right? But he claims to have psychic ability and a psychic connection to this missing FBI agent, and claims that she's still alive, and he's leading them on this, to try to find her. Meanwhile, Scully is now a doctor at a Catholic hospital, and they come to her to say, "Hey, all's forgiven in the FBI. Do you know where Mulder is? We could really use his help on this case." And Scully's like, "Nah, I don't know where he's at." And they leave, and then so Scully goes to her house, and just lo and behold, the new house she's living, Mulder's living there too as well. He's got a beard and everything, and she tells him about it, and it kind of piques his interest. He's Mulder, he gives this great like Mulder speech and everything that he does, and so he goes to the FBI and he starts getting into this case, whether this priest actually has a psychic connection, what's going on, what's the mystery, and Scully's like, "I can't do this anymore, Mulder. This is my life. I'm a doctor." And they have these great parallels. This is a very great character-driven movie between Mulder and Scully with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson giving some actually really great work. So there's a little bit of my thoughts of what I thought about this time, because Scully's dealing with this patient this young boy who's, has this really bad disease, and more than likely he's going to fight it. And they're trying to get the kid out of the hospital. And Scully's like connected to it because she's thinking about her son that she had with Mulder in the series. And then Mulder is starts to delve into this case and whether or not this priest has the psychic ability or whatnot, and trying to find this girl because his sister was abducted by aliens, and he never found her and everything. She's dead. And so like they have these great parallel connections and everything. And Billy Connolly is just insane as this priest. It was funny because I was watching some of the special features. He's like, when they offered the role to him, he's like, "Oh, this," because it was written for him. He's like, "Oh, you thought of me when you thought of this character. Thanks." And yes, he'll accept it because he wanted to piss off his family because the type of character he is, right? Because that's, nobody wants to play a diddler priest. But as the investigation unfolds, It's about the. I don't want to spoil too much if you've never seen it, but it's essentially it's a very much a psychological thriller, sort of in the vein of like a Seven light, like a movie like Seven, but lighter. It's more X Files and everything. But as what I thought about the movie itself this time around, because like I said, I absolutely did not like the movie when I saw it in theaters. I was just like, what was that? That's not what I waited all these years for after the season 9 finale of the show. But going back and watching it this time, for the only the second time ever on my Blu-ray that I've had for a while, because I liked X Files. I knew I'd eventually get to it eventually. I can say I think I enjoyed it a lot more this time around, and I think that was due to some of the excitement being gone and some of the like expectations I had. I've grown up, I've matured, so and I was able to see a lot of the work that went into this because it's really great. Because what really made me respect it a little more after I watched it the second time is I did watch some of the behind the scenes features. It's got great, incredible special features. I don't know if you can make that out or whatever, but it's got great ones. It's got like a theatrical extended cut of the film, audio commentary by Chris Carter, Trust No One, X Files Remains a Secret documentary. And that's the thing. It's a huge documentary. Stuff like that. It's got Chris Carter's statements, bonus view, picture in picture, visual effects, all kinds of great stuff. And I was watching it, and they brought back a lot of the people that worked behind the scenes of X Files from the series, from the original series to like their spin-off series, Lone Gunman, Millennium, and all that. And the directors and writers, and they all came back, and they all really like, and they filmed it up in Canada because the show started off in Canada and then moved to LA after season 5. So that like made me appreciate it a little more. And I gotta say, the pros of this movie that I found myself liking more was I really enjoyed David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson's characters in this. Like, because you've watched them so long as Mulder and Scully, and this is years after the X Files, and where are they at in their lives? Scully herself has never really, she never really wanted this, but she says in the movie, Mulder's stubbornness and what he did, what he did with X Files, I think really made her fall in love with him. And then Mulder just cannot let Scully go, because he's found his yin to his yang, and he always wants her to come along with him because he's Mulder. He needs her. He needs her doubt. He needs her, changing his mind and making him think and everything like that. And they have some really great character moments in this, and it really connects back to certain aspects of the show, and you get to see them in a relationship because they really never really got together on the show till almost near the end of the series, and even by then you didn't know because they had actually already gotten together beforehand, but you didn't really know till they finally oh yeah, by the way, they're a couple. So yeah, they're really a couple in this, and their relationship goes through a really hard test in this movie, which I really like. But what really I felt it was too easy. Some of the cons here is I felt it was too easy the way they got Mulder back into the FBI, into the case. After all those years investigating the X Files, and he's supposed to be on the hiding from the FBI because of everything they did and everything at the end of the finale of season 9. It just seems like, no, we're just happy that you gave it all up and are not annoying us anymore. Which on the surface actually seems legit. So yeah, but I felt it was a little too easy, and I felt the case itself that invests so much time into and starts pulling away from Scully a little bit, and Scully pulling away from him, and because it really draws on her faith because she's a Christian, she's a Catholic, but you don't see much of it, and Mulder is like the guy I want to believe. That's why it's called I Want to Believe. Let's just say I want to believe. So really delves into that, which was great. But the mystery itself, I think I've seen better, bigger mysteries, standalone mysteries similar to this on the series that would have pulled Mulder in than this. But in the end, I actually think I enjoyed this movie a lot more this time around, and I think I'll probably rewatch it a few more times down the road. I can say I appreciate it a little more. Maybe it's from, like I said, growing up and getting older and maturing and actually seeing the movie for what it was meant to be, not having that excitement on my back anymore about who I'm going to see, what I'm going to see, what surprises are going to be. Will it tie into the mythos, even though I know it's a standalone? And the fact that we get so much crap in today's world, that it's just so many crappy movies and TV shows that something like this, and maybe I once overlooked, really isn't so bad, because it isn't. So that's my thoughts on X-Files I Want to Believe. Let me know some of your guys' thoughts on this movie. If you liked it or hated it, or what was your thoughts on it when you first got it? Were you an X-Files fan? And hey, if you want me to do a video on the first movie, which I also have, which is a little harder to find, let me know and I'll do a video on the first movie because I really, really freaking enjoyed the first movie. But if you guys want to let me do that, leave it in the comment section down below. As always, if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if you're you guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media because it truly is the superior format. Godspeed, and I want to believe.